Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, today I'm going to go over these two event stores. One is for the Flash Pass and one other is for these Destiny encounter token things. Going with this theme of player choice. Some kind of, let's say, error we are in this game where some of these rewards are going to be player choice. It's not just going to be us getting this officer or that officer. We're going to get to pick. Though to a certain extent, is it really player choice if somebody else decides what pool of officers we choose from? Is it really player choice? Yeah, debatable. Right? I mean, if you choose what my options are, okay, sure, it's my choice, but unless it's everything, is it truly player's choice? Debatable. Let's start with the Destiny encounter. You have 5 officers in here, you got the Borg Queen, and then you have the 4 Enterprise E officers. Look, if you really want to spend these tokens on a Borg Queen, by all means, go ahead. I do not recommend it. I don't think she's that good of an officer. Yes, her sourcing is shit, so it's kind of hard for some of us to tell. But I don't feel like I'm missing anything. Because she doesn't do that much. What does she do? Increase your critical hit chance against Borg solo armadas. I went the whole time not using the Borg Queen. You know what? Didn't have any trouble with the Borg armadas. What does that tell you? She's useless. Below deck ability, increase your piercing stats in PvP. So, 400, you saw it was 400% now. That's at tier 4. That's not that high. It's not that much. It's not doing a whole lot. So, who cares? She's just not that good. Enterprise Picard, Enterprise Riker. Yes, they're useful. I feel like Enterprise Picard his usefulness has actually declined because in the past year or so since he's come out, how many researches and fleet commander abilities and forbidden techs also increase hostile loot. So you could be getting 100% hostile loot without any loot boost officers. I was trying to factor this out earlier today. I want to say 75%. Without any officers, I get 75% just because of my research and my fleet commander abilities. Sloan has one. I don't think anybody else does, off the top of my head. So, like getting that much of a benefit from Picard, man, how many of these new loops have their own research or ship ability that increases the loot? Does Picard go off of that increase, or does he go off, the base increase or increase off the base of the hostile? Off the base of the hostile. So if he's at 1, which he's only at 1 with synergy, and your research or whatever is giving you 6 or 7 times, is Enterprise Picard really doing anything for you? No, not really. His officer ability, yes, it increases isolated cascade, and that is nice. There are other researchers that increase your isolated cascade as well. So, he does a small percentage every time you hit, or is it every time you get hit? Every time you hit, and he stacks for 3 rounds. Problem is, you never get the full benefit of 3 rounds. You get the full benefit of 2 rounds, which is nice, but some of these hostiles, where the abilities only works against hostiles, you really need to be killing before 3 rounds. If anything, you want to kill him in 2 rounds. Is he really that good? No, not really. I never thought he was really that good. I always thought Janeway was better, especially with her captain ability, because I really like her captain ability. Or even Enterprise Data, I think his officer ability is better because it's not based, you just get it. You don't have to build up at all. So, and You need less shards for Enterprise data. Oh, and his shards are usually cheaper. So if it's Picard's officer ability that you really like, stop going after Picard, go after Data. I already have Data maxed. It has been a year and a half. He's been in at least one event store. He's been in a few lockboxes. I don't know what she spent on this game. He's been in various other places. So I think it's reasonable for you to have him at tier 3 or 4 by now. Maybe even maxed. He is in a few refineries. He's in at least the Excelsior refinery. I can't remember if he's anywhere else. So yeah, I mean, don't go after Enterprise Picard. And to a certain extent, I feel like Data has fairly nice sourcing. You should be relatively high on him. But if you want to finish him off right now, yeah, sure, it's fine to spend some currency on here. I personally don't think there's value there because I feel like his sourcing isn't that bad elsewhere. I mean, I guess it's debatable, right? But I feel it's been a while. I've had him max for a long time. I feel like, and even before that, he's 30%. 30% is pretty high. So another 10% just doesn't do a whole lot because how many other researches and Forbidden Texts and Chaos Texts have come out since then? So it's not that good anymore. It's not as impactful as it was 2 years ago. It's less impactful because so many other things have come out. Power creep. Enterprise Riker, I do feel, is a good option. Now, because he's an epic, he's going to be more expensive, which sucks. His captain ability is impulse speed, and his below deck ability is increased crit chance when you hit the Armada. Or, actually, when you hit anything. He should be working in all forms of combat. Excuse me. Now, it is a small increase. It's an increase, but it's a small increase. I don't really rely on him solely to increase my critical chance. I combine him with somebody like, say, Vale below deck. Because I think she's not that good. Because her number is really small. But when you combine the two of them, be okay. But again, you're going to get less shards because he's an epic. And they want to charge so much more for him because he's so much better. Okay, that's your opinion, man. It's not mine. I'm not going to get him. I mean, you see where I have him. I'm not going to get more shards of him. I actually don't use him that much. Enterprise Troy, no, absolutely not. Again, at one point she was really good, but since then so many other things have happened and been released. Her critical damage increase just isn't that high anymore. I mean, I mentioned Harry Kim a while ago. Yes, I understand people don't have a max. I understand people are working towards that, but morale can boost your critical damage over 100%. You want Deanna Troi instead of somebody with morale? Yeah, no. So, you're limited to how many below deck slots you have, and they just keep cramming officers with lower deck slots down our throats, except they're not doing anything to make more lower deck slots. Like, say, with some of these uncommon ships, especially G4, 5, and 6, fewer under deck slots than the rares, and the rares have even less than the epics. How valuable is this to you? Well, that's something you're going to have to decide, but I'm going to say not that valuable. You have 4 other currencies. It's so cool to turn one currency into another currency because there's so many currencies in this game. I'm going to say Syndicate XP, no. You know, I usually say no to Syndicate XP because it's so many other places. There's a daily drip. There's a favor that puts it in your daily claim chest. Or not your daily claim chest, your final claim reward for your daily daily activities, daily goals. One of those, because there's too many fucking locations of shit in this game. Too much. in how many of the faction stores? At least the X-Borg, there's a Syndicate XP claim in there. Section 31 faction, there's a Syndicate XP claim in there. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. You need more? At some point, it's, you're going to get to an end game. And then that daily drip is going to be worthless because what are you increasing? Nothing. I say no to Syndicate XP, but if you really want to do your thing. Proto Matter, I feel that Proto Matter, I've had the Ferengi Whip this whole time, but some of you are getting the Ferengi Whip now because it's available in a free-to-play path in the Alliance Tournament store. So, is that your sourcing of Proto Matter? I should say yeah. So don't waste this new currency on old currency. It's old. It's old content. And you should have a free-to-play path to get more of this old currency. So I'm going to say no. Galactic Recruit tokens. I just hate how they did it. Premium Recruit tokens were such a big thing at some point, and we started to get a lot more of them, and then they started putting a lot more officers in there. And yes, it did become diluted, but then they're like, oh, well, we want this new recruit chest. Cool, because that's awesome, right? Excuse me. No, not really. I don't really like it. I really don't. But I do get that in certain instances, it's okay to get this as a reward. It is. Because they usually are the newer officers. The problem I have with this this exchange is absolute trash. You see 2,400 Destiny tokens, or these are called Destiny tokens. You get 200 Galactic Recruit tokens. Cool, one chest. All right, cool, thanks. Hold a minute. It's actually 800 Galactic Recruit tokens for one chest. So, which is 9,600 Destiny tokens. One chest. That doesn't seem like a good exchange rate to me. It seems like garbage. It's garbage. Of course, how many of these dumb things did we get? I've been pulling this shit the whole time. Yeah. I didn't even think about saving mine because then I could show you how much we getting. I didn't even think about that. I wanted my premium mirror dust and I got it so I could spend it during that stupid ass event. Which of course there's more upgrade ships event and upgrade mirror shit event and this research and that research and this fancy ass currency. Not building currencies. Cool. Bunch of jackasses. Whatever. I'm coming around on these Galactic Recruit tokens. I don't like the exchange. Don't like the exchange rate. I don't care how new you think these jackass officers are. I don't care. You gotta give us something, right? If you're giving us 5 officer shards, like, here you go, players, here's your rewards. Thank you. We love you. Here's your reward. We're awesome. We just gave you 5 officer shards. I'm like, no. As I mentioned before, from tier 4 to tier 5, it's 1,100 shards for an epic. 5 a day is nothing. Okay? I just spent, 5 minutes telling you how all those Enterprise officers aren't that good anymore. Yeah. They didn't even last 2 years. Because of power creep. Look, I don't like that Mirror Dust, Premium Mirror Dust, has been so shittily sourced. But with all these event stores coming out and Premium Mirror Dust being an option, it's changing a little bit. I feel like that's where you gotta go. There's some really nice researches in there. And you're not getting Premium Mirror Dust anywhere else. There's a few leaderboards. And you can get 100 every week from the Xindi weapon thing. Premium Mirror Dust is where I think it's going to best benefit you. Of course, I could be wrong. I mean, where are you at with Enterprise data? Sure, I actually don't use them that much anymore because I use Janeway, Kuran, and Grush as my main grinders now. Just because I want the warp range because I'm sitting here at 65 and I don't have a G6 ship yet. And then I want the speed because I'm tired of these grinds taking too fucking long. I've actually probably more recently used data below deck to increase my cargo size because you go in there to get the silent enemy currency and it's I fill up my cargo bay and I'm having at half haul. Yeah, wonderful. So my vote is for Premium Mirror Dust. Let's back out. Let's go to this spring. This is for the Flash Pass. Let's try to combine Vale, Torah, and Dorian Doc Brown into one thought here. The Don't Trust Anybody store, yes, the Krenim loop, it's annoying. Okay? I'm not going to say that it's not annoying, but I feel like it pays out quite nicely. You see here, I'm getting the Jazz to tier 3. Vale's at, I don't know what the hell tier she is. I feel like I'm getting a good amount of stuff from there. It's kind of a lot because it's officers and favors and whatever the hell else is in there. Artifacts? Are there artifacts in there? Okay. So much shit all over the place now. Because, the artifacts are in several different spots. The artifacts have their own tab, but yes, you also go into other faction stores and get them there as well. So yeah, it's annoying. But I feel like the payout is fairly good. Of course, and maybe it has to do with level. It's possible it has to do with level as well. I feel like I'm getting a good amount of stuff. So I don't feel that spending this limited time currency on Torah or Vale is really useful. And Dorian Doc Brown as well. And to the same extent, I think he sucks. I don't like his below deck ability. I think it's garbage. I've said it before. There are so many researchers and ship abilities out there that increase your loot. Do I have an officer slot below to spare? Do you? Different ships have different amount of below deck slots. Can you afford one for 20% loot increase? 50% loot increase? I don't even care if it's 100. You know how much I got with no forbidden text on my ship and with no officers? I got at least 75% because of research and fleet commander ability. What am I going to do with another officer? Okay, sure, it's more loot. But as I mentioned, going into silent assholes, I fill my cargo bay. Okay? And how many of these other loops have a research that's times 6, times 7, times 8 of a hostile loop? And plus 100% isn't going to do you anything. It's not going to do anything for you. You're already getting a 6 times boost. What's another one? It's like you're changing times 6 to times 7 and be like, oh, this is so great. And maybe you love it. Maybe you do. But I don't. Yes, I like more loot. Am I willing to trade an underdeck slot that I don't have an infinite number of? Miss Q is in the new Wave store. A recent addition because of these solo waves. And yeah, we're getting a ship. Wonderful. I'm sure that's going to be so much fun. I feel like she's there. They're sourcing for her. Is it great? Meh. But yeah, no. So I wouldn't go after Miss Q. I don't think she's that good. I don't think any of the Retaliation Squad characters are that useful. I don't. They're just that's personal opinion. I'm not a huge PvPer. And even if you are, it's too conditional. It's way too conditional. It's annoying. With her officer ability, it's to set that crew up. Yeah, you got to have it going right for you. Below deck, okay, you can have a little more control over that, but yeah, I don't like this as an option, but if you do, that's fine. Lari and Mirror Data, wow. Yeah, it's going to sound like I'm taking a giant shit on all this. Well, I guess it's because I am. No, I don't. Mirror Data is in the Arena store. I don't like Arena. I hate it. I hate the way the ship repairs are. It's token based and it takes 2 minutes, which I hate it. I feel like I spend the few arena matches I've done, I feel like I spent at least half the time watching the screen and doing nothing myself. It's not fun for me. So I don't do it. Therefore, I don't have that great of sourcing for Mirror Data, though I have them in a tier 4 somehow. Huh. I don't know how I did that. Event store, I guess? Also, it really depends. I mean, how do you think the Mirror crew fares in PvP? The strike teams kind of kick the shit out of the Mirror crew because the Mirror crew wants to prolong a battle to beat Carol Freeman, because Carol Freeman's trying to shorten it, does a really good job at shortening it, so the Mirror crew kind of stifles all her abilities and lengthens the battle. Strike teams thrive in that. So, I mean, it has set up a nice triangle. But are you having a lot of success with the Mirror PvP crews? Depends on you. Now you got Lari. Apex Barrier increase in waves. She has some other ability. I don't know what it is. It's garbage. I don't care. Increase the cooldown or decrease the cooldown of the NSCA protector ability. Who gives a shit? I barely ever use it. Because why? I mean, it's neat and all. It's just I have no use for it. Maybe I should use it more. I don't know. Whatever. Wave defense. Yeah. Whoo, cool. Apex Barrier. Wave defense. Gonna have a lot of wave defenses crammed down our throats. Sure. She's a decent option. Yeah. I spent 20 minutes telling you how all these options are trash. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like for me, the best option here is Lari. Because that's the one I'm going to engage with the most. That has the least sourcing. That's kind of what I'm going for. That's usually what I go for with some of these event stores. And that's really what it is. I feel like it's hyped up as player choice, but if you dickheads running this game chose what's in these stores, is it really player choice? You chose, what, 10 officers between 2 different stores? There's how many officers in this game? But this is player choice. Oh, okay. Alright, so let's wrap this video up. To summarize this, from Spring Officer Choice, I personally am going with Lari just because I feel like she has very shitty sourcing and it's an officer I kinda want to use more often. I don't really want to do more waves than I'm already doing, but whatever. And I'm going with Premium Mirror Dust from the Destiny encounter, or Destined encounter, because I don't think there's, you know what? For the same reason, it's shittily sourced. That's an opinion. And who chose to source things that way? The people that chose to put the certain things in these event stores. So, comment below. Is this all really player choice? There are what? At least 100 different officers, and I feel like 100 different currencies. Maybe it's only 50 different currencies in this game that could have been chosen by the people running this game to be in this store. But they went with the limited number. Is this still player choice? It's debatable. What do you think is the best option here between these two stores? And is there something that you would have liked to see in these stores? Is there a certain currency that you think is hard to source? Say harder than Premium Era does, and you want that in here? Is there an officer around the same time frame as some of these officers that are in here? Is there an officer that you would rather see in here as well? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.